the Egyptian priest Hermes. Thoth incarnated as an Egyptian priest repeatedly during the time that mystery schools were flourishing in Egyptian culture during the Middle Kingdom. This was in order to maintain control over the Atlantean conspiracy held in place by the negative alien agenda since the flood, and to be kept aware of the ongoing Guardian Alliance mission on the ground that Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, and others had accepted. During multiple Egyptian timelines, he promoted himself as the direct scribe and speaker on behalf of the gods, declaring himself as the sole scribe and speaker for God, entrusted to translate the ancient wisdom and mathematical language contained in the founder records, also known philosophically as the Law of One. Thoth demonstrated the advanced knowledge he had gained from living multiple thousands of years and by teaching in the Egyptian mystery schools, astronomy, medicine, alchemy, and magic. He knew how to translate and recite the ancient wisdom from the founder records that he had originally stolen from the Magi Grail kings during the Essene massacre, and had previously compiled from the great libraries of Atlantis before the flood. Although he was the great luciferian imposter, he was passing off Essene Christos Templar sacred sciences as his own genius, and as a result, it appeared to the unaware people of Egypt that he was truly bestowed with the blessings of the gods. Thoth indeed appeared extremely advanced and godlike in comparison to others of the time, as he knew the secrets of alchemy and performed magical feats at his whim. Thoth continued to promote himself as sanctified and divine, while committing his many heinous crimes against humanity and manipulating the many abuses of peddling stolen works. As a result, his namesake has gone into the falsified recorded history of the negative alien agenda as the all-knowing teacher of sacred writings, who educated and offered ancient wisdom to humanity. In the Book of the Dead, he is promoted as the underworld god who judges when weighing the heart of the deceased and has the power to decide if that soul is worthy or not to enter heaven. The Thoth identity has not entered or traveled in the god worlds, but has achieved immortality in the lower dimensions through the use of spiritual alchemy and by taking human beings' louche energy from blood sacrifices. Akhenaten was informed of Thoth's true allegiance and the purpose behind establishing the Egyptian pantheon based upon spreading black magic for feeding blood sacrifices and louche into the Thothian grid that was established for powering up black magician sorcery. Thus, when he became pharaoh, he abolished their idol worship and sacrificial practices, intending to dismantle the Amun priesthood in an attempt to steer the kingdom back towards the ancient spirituality of the Law of One that was practiced before the Atlantean flood. When Akhenaten was murdered, all that he had influenced in the Egyptian culture towards the Law of One was intentionally annihilated by Thothian groups, and the cult of Thoth continued to grow and thrive in its place, which gave rise to the growing popularity of Hermeticism and the Emerald Tablets. The Hermetic principles written by Thoth during the Egyptian timelines contained the content directly copied from and found in the original founder holographic discs and Essene translations, which were spread further into the Greek and Roman culture after the conquest of Alexander the Great. These records were accessed and translated by Thoth's Egyptian priest incarnations for the purpose of gaining control over humanity and the earth, and then subsequently repackaging these writings in a later timeline through the release of the Emerald Tablets. These are the counterfeit works of Thoth, representing himself as the Emerald Order, taking his position as the false father god, and acting as the imposter author of the content within the Emerald Founder records. With the translations that he had stolen as a result of the massacres of the original Majigral kings and the 12 human tribes, his true intention was to immortalize himself as a god, while hijacking angelic humanity's divine birthright in order to access these records all by themselves. Thoth set himself up to be the intermediary which humans would be forced to return to in order to gain access to any truthful content contained in our ancient hidden history, studying natural laws, knowing of extraterrestrial origins, alchemical principles, and uniting humanity under the unifying theological principles of oneness. Thoth is a master of using truth in order to tell lies, which is a primary feature of luciferianism.